Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll be showing you how to draft and how to sew this off-shoulder wrap top you're seeing on the screen right now. So if this is what you're interested in, please stay tuned to the end of this video, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also turn on the post notification bell. So the first thing we're going to do now is to draft our basic back pattern, the normal basic back pattern. So now I'm going to mark the length of the top. This is a crop top. You can use any length you want, but for this top I'll be using 18 inches. So I'll mark 18 inches on my pattern paper. And then I'm going to extend the line. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to mark my shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement divided by 2. So the shoulder measurement is 16 divided by 2. That's 8 inches. And then I'm going to come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. And then I'm going to mark the neck depth. For this neck depth, I'm using 3 inches. Now I'm going to mark the armhole depth. For the armhole depth, I'm using 7.5 inches, starting from the 1 inch I marked from the shoulder slope. So I'm going to extend the line, which is the chest line. I'm also going to extend the armhole line. So now I'm going to connect the shoulder slope like so. Then I'll come down by 3 inches on the neck depth. Then I'll connect my French curve like so. So the next thing I will do now is to divide the armhole depth into 2. That will be 3.75, and then at that middle point I'm going in by half an inch. Then I'll mark my bust measurement, the bust measurement divided by 4. I'm going to mark it like so. Then after marking it, I added allowance of 2 inches. Then I'm going to use my French curve to connect the armhole like so. So the next thing I will do now is to mark my waist measurement. My waist measurement divided by 4. I'm going to mark it like so, and also I added 2 inches allowance. So after that I'm going to connect it like so. So now I'm going to mark my bust span measurement. My bust span is nipple to nipple divided by 2. So here I'll be using 3.5 for my bust span. And then I'll be going out on both sides by half an inch for my dart intake. And then I'm going to connect the dots like so. and then I'm going to cut it out. Remember, this is the basic back pattern, but this basic back pattern will not have any zip allowance. Remember, this is an off shoulder wrap top, so we are going to be cutting the upper part away. So here I measured 5 inches. So I measured 5 inches and I extended the line. So I'll cut that upper part away like so. So the next thing we're going to do now is to reduce the chest measurement so the chest will not be too wide. So we're going to measure 1.5 inch from the armhole depth like so, and then we're going to connect it with our French curve like so. If you can use your free hand, you can also use your free hand to draw it, or you use your French curve to connect it like so. And then we're going to cut that part away like so. So the next thing we want to do now is to cut it out on our actual fabric. I've gone ahead to secure it with my affix pin. So I added about half an inch to the end of the top because we are going to be using lining to turn it. I also added half an inch to the top for the lining. So for the front, we want to make the neckline a sweetheart shape, sweetheart neckline. So I don't want the chest to be too revealing, so I'm coming up from the chest line by 1.5 inch. I marked 1.5 inch, and then I'm going to connect it with my French curve like so to form a sweetheart neckline. So I'm going to cut it out like so. So now I'm going to place the paper on my fabric. Remember, we are cutting on fold, so I added half an inch to the top also for the lining allowance, and then I also added half an inch to the end of the top for the lining allowance. So now we're going to measure what we have here minus the sewing allowance, which is 7 inches. So I'm going to mark the 7 inches there like so. So from the top, it will be connected to that point. So I'm going to extend the line. If you can't use your free hand, use your ruler. So I'm going to come up from that point by 2.5 inch. So then I'm going to connect that point like so. So now I'm going to cut it out. So that's basically all for the front piece. So I'm going to remove my affix pin now. So this is how the front piece looks like. As you can see, it's a wrapped up. It's giving us the wrapped up vibes already. So this is the back piece. I'm also gonna need to cut the sleeve, so it is basically a square shape. So the length and the breadth depends on how wide and how long you want your sleeve to be. I'm also gonna need to cut out my lining for the front and the back piece. So now the next thing we want to do is to stitch our lining on our actual fabric. We're going to join the lining to the actual fabric. This is the front piece, so we're going to join the lining, stitch it down like so, and we're also going to stitch it down for the second part of the front piece too. So now I've gone ahead to stitch the lining to both front piece, and this is how it is looking now. So this is the back piece. I'm also going to stitch the lining on the back piece. Place your lining on the right side, and so I'm going to head over to the machine now to stitch it down. So I'm going to stitch the end, the top, and also both sides. I'm going to stitch it down. So this is my back piece after stitching the lining to the fabric. So now I'm going to turn it to the right side. So the next thing we want to do now is to fold the top, the upper part of the sleeve. We are going to fold it in a way that the elastic can pass through it, and also we are going to fold the end of the sleeve in a way that the elastic can also pass through it, because both the top, I mean the shoulder, and the end we have elastic. So I have stitched both the upper part and the lower part of the sleeve. I've stitched it down. So the next thing I want to do now is to draft the armhole. So we're going to place your pattern. It can be the front or the back pattern. You're going to place it on the sleeve like so, and then you're going to cut it out. You're going to trace the armhole out like so. You also do the same for the second sleeve. So now the next thing is to put our elastic at the upper part, the shoulder part of the sleeve, and also at the end of the sleeve. We're going to do that for both sleeves. So now the next thing we're going to do is to join the back and the front pieces together. So you are going to place the front and back piece like so, and now we're going to head over to the machine now to stitch down both sides. So this is how it is coming up. I have stitched down both sides. I have joined the front and the back piece together. So this is how our top is looking. Our top is coming up nice. So the next thing we're going to do now is to stitch down the sleeve, is to close the sleeve. We are going to close it like so. I'm going to head over to the machine now to close both sleeve. So now the next thing we're going to do is to join the sleeve to the top, to the body. You are going to open up the armhole like so, and then you are going to open up your sleeve too like so. You are going to place it right side facing right side. You are going to place it like so, and then we are going to stitch it down like so. So I'm gonna head to join both sleeves, and this is how my top is looking. My top is coming out nice. So I'm also gonna head to stitch my rope. The wideness of my rope is 2 inches. It can be any inches you want. It can be 2 inches, can be 2.5. So now I'm going to join my rope to the front piece like so. I'm going to join it to that place at the front piece. I'm also going to join it to the other side too. It's going to be 2 ropes. So I'm gonna need to stitch the rope to the top. Our wrap top is ready. So that's basically all for this off shoulder wrap top tutorial. So please, if you like this video, if you enjoyed the tutorial, please give this video a thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also turn on the post notification bell so you get notified whenever I post another new tutorial. Thank you.